Okay, this next topic is finding values of trig functions given information about an angle. So before we can solve this, we need to review our sine, cosine, and tangent trig ratios, and also cosecant and cotangent. So remember, sine is equal to, sine of theta is equal to the ratio of a triangle's opposite side to its hypotenuse. Cosine of theta is equal to its adjacent side over its hypotenuse. Tangent of theta is equal to the ratio of the triangle's opposite side to its adjacent side. Cosecant and cotangent are two of our reciprocal trig functions. 1 over the sine of theta is equal to cosecant theta, and 1 over the tangent of theta is equal to cotangent theta. Well, if we look at how sine is defined as opposite over hypotenuse. So 1 divided by opposite divided by hypotenuse would be equivalent to the ratio of the hypotenuse over our opposite side. And same with tangent. 1 divided by opposite divided by adjacent is going to give us adjacent over opposite. Okay, so if we want to solve for cosecant of theta and cotangent of theta, and this is the information that they gave us, cosine of theta is equal to 12 over 13. I'm just going to pull a triangle out here. Actually, that's okay. So cosine of theta in our first quadrant, so that means we're dealing with this quadrant here. And they specify the quadrant because different trig functions are positive or negative depending on which quadrant they fall in. So in quadrant 1, everything is positive. Just a quick review: in quadrant 2, sine and cosecant are positive. Tangent and cotangent are positive in quadrant 3. And in quadrant 4, cosine and secant are positive. So cosine of theta is equal to 12 over 13. Well, we know cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So here's our theta, which we always draw our angle with the x-axis. So cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So we need to know this side before we can answer these two questions. So we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem to determine this unknown side. So 13 squared is equal to 12 squared plus, I'm just going to call that x squared. So it gives us 169 is equal to 144 plus x squared. And that gives us 169 minus 144 gives us 25. So that tells us that x is equal to, it's equal to x squared, so x is equal to 5. Okay, so again, cosecant is hypotenuse over opposite. So in relationship to this angle, 13 is our hypotenuse, and our opposite side is 5. Cotangent is equal to adjacent over opposite. So adjacent is 12, and opposite is 5.